Well, we all know that driving in the winter can be a challenge, and staying in control is not always easy.
One way to make it easier, though, is to know how and when to react before you get into trouble. Meteorologist Michael Behrens was learning some of these earlier today.
Yeah, that's right, guys. I was invited out to the Michigan State Police Drive Track in Lansing to learn how to recover a vehicle once you lose control and how that feels. Those tips are more. Here they are. As we head deeper into December, the threats for icy and slippery road conditions in West Michigan are only going to rise. That's why the Michigan State Police want you to be prepared. Sergeant John Looney with the Precision Driving Unit says the tips are simple to stay safe this winter season.
Time, distance, and speed reduction is what we want people to know. Plan more time for getting from point A to point B, because it's going to take you a lot longer to get there on the slippery roads.
Avoiding losing control is always the best course of action, but it's not always possible. Sometimes you enter something called a skid.
There's an understeer skid. That's when you try to turn the vehicle and the vehicle continues to travel in a straight line. Or an oversteer skid. That's when the back end of the car comes around and wants to lead the vehicle. Get your feet off the brake, get your feet off the accelerator, and look and steer in the direction that you want to go.
You may not know how to picture this by hearing it, so that's why we joined Sergeant Ryan Davis at the MSP training course in Lansing to go hands-on.
What we're teaching is, instead of hitting the brake, which most people do when they start to panic, is to actually drive out of it, steer out of it.
I'm pretty certain the unintentional loss of control, when we weren't trying to just see how it feels, I'm pretty sure that's because I was not looking at the pole. I think I looked more toward the hood, like you had warned about.
Yep. It is very common, so that's one of the biggest things that we try to teach out here, is just getting your eyes out instead of staring straight down.
Yeah.
Center it. A little harder. There you go. Woo! Good job. I thought you were going around on that one.
Having been behind the wheel both for a loss of control and a recovery, it really is all about knowing the steps to take. Look up through the windshield toward where you want the car to go, steer into the spin, and most of all, don't panic. You follow those steps, and there's a good chance a loss of control can end without incident.